Hey guys, so today I'm going to be looking at more Am I Wrong stories. Yeah, let's just get right into the video. My daughter, 21, gets off at work at 4 a.m. She usually stays up until lunchtime and then sleeps until she goes to work. She works night shift. My son is 17 and still in high school. I'm at work when she's sleeping, but my son was home for the summer and he would wake her up to make him food. He would pester her until she did it so she could go back to sleep. It came to a head a month ago where my daughter lost it and I finally learned about it. Anyways, long conversation, and as his punishment, he has to make my daughter food the same amount she did for him. So it was about 30 times he woke her up, so he has to make her 30 meals. Everyone agreed, though my son wasn't happy and picked her over losing his phone for a month. So my daughter will wake him up to make her food. He still has 15 meals left. He hates it, but he gets the point across. Now school started and he got woken up last night to make her food. So this morning he was tired as hell. He went to his grandparents and I got in a huge argument with my mum. She thinks I'm an asshole, but the punishment fits the crime. My son won't talk to me and I'm questioning myself even though my husband is backing up the punishment. That's the fairest punishment. Basically just doing what he did to her. And what, he can't take it? Like, I hope he realizes what a good sister his sister is. The fact that she didn't have to, but she still did it for him. And she works at 4 a.m. and he's like waking her up in the middle of the night. So seriously, he deserves it for sure. That's actually a pretty good punishment, damn. Well, 15 meals left. You know, he's gonna be a bit tired, but who cares? He made her tired and he didn't care about it. So I hope he knows how she feels now, because I do think he knows. He's probably like, wow, I was a dirtbag for that. And it's not even the fact that his parents made him do it. They let him choose. How freaking nice are they to let him choose his own punishment? Because I'm pretty sure if this was a lot of parents, they wouldn't even let you choose. You get the slipper and you would have to wake up to make the meal. It's the fact that they were like, do you want to lose your phone or do you want to make the meals for your sister? And he was like, I want to make the meals for my sister. So he chose it. He could have chose to like lose his phone for a month, but he didn't want to. So, like, you know, it's so good. Like, this parenting is actually good. If you do something, you gotta deal with the consequences. My daughter is living with me this summer before heading to college later this month. She spent the majority of her middle and high school years at her mum's due to divorce custody arrangements. My daughter had knee surgery at the end of July to fix a torn ACL. As a result, I've been with her a lot, helping her recover. Food, icing, transportation, etc. Last week, I noticed in the hallway bathroom that she uses that there were tampon covers and wraps. The next time I checked on her, I asked her to confirm that she was throwing her tampons away and not flushing them. She said no, they get flushed down the toilet. Who does that? She said I should be kind of embarrassed that I have a 19-year-old daughter and don't even realize that. I told her no, they don't. Is she saying that she's right to flush the tampons down the toilet as if her dad is the dumb one? Excuse me, you are the dumb one. How are you 19 and you don't know to chuck your tampons and pads in the bin? You don't flush them down. I reminded her of all the doctor office and hospital bathrooms where reminder notes are left asking women to not flush the feminine hygiene products. At the same time as I said that, she finished looking on her phone and I could tell she found information online that confirmed the garbage is the correct disposal method. I asked her to please use the garbage from now on. Man, these parents are so nice. They're just like, okay, it's okay that you made a mistake, just do the correct thing now. 19 years old and flushing it down the toilet, yo! Later that night, I sent her 2 different internet searches, confirming not to put tampons down the toilet, and instead to put them in the garbage. Several days later, when I was checking on her, I asked her if she was using the garbage for her tampons. She said no. I reminded her what we talked about and what I had asked her to do. She said I didn't understand since I was a man. I told her, yes, I'm a man, and yes, I don't understand. However, millions of American women have figured it out. I asked her if she had Googled how to dispose of bloody tampons. She said, I'm not going to Google that. I asked her if she had thought about using plastic bags to wrap her tampons in, or using something like that. She said again that I wouldn't understand what it's like to dispose of a bloody tampon. I agreed with her again. I said it sounds like you are not willing to try or learn something new in order to do it differently. I told her if that was the case, then she could pay for the plumber bill if I ever needed to call the plumber to come fix a clogged drain line due to a tampon. She basically gave up and said fine. As I was leaving, she said that I was being just like mum. Man, I freaking hate people like this. Like, I hate their freaking guts. It's the fact that they just don't ever want to learn and they just keep thinking they're right. Like, she knew she was wrong after she Googled that. She was like, oh, but she just didn't want to admit it. And she just didn't even want to do the right thing afterwards. What the heck? That would make me so mad, dude. Oh my God. I guess if I was a parent, bro. And she was really gonna pull that card. You're not gonna understand me because you're a guy. That has nothing to do with this. You're flushing your tampons down the freaking toilet. Alright, moving on. So, I'm a big guy. I work out daily. I go to 3 gyms regularly. I wear and have worn what we lovingly call Ranger panties. They are short shorts. Think Magnum Pie. I usually get attention for this, but it's usually just old men that roll their eyes. Occasionally, women stare. Nothing out of control. I've been doing it for years. Well, recently, a woman joined my gym that seemed obsessed with my legs. She'll walk over every time she sees me. Well, her husband came with her the other day. He proceeded to have a mental breakdown over his wife talking to me. He came over and asked if I thought my shorts were appropriate. I responded by asking him not to objectify me for being beautiful, which made him very mad. Staff got involved and asked me to cover up for a little while. I said sure. So the next day I came in smaller shorts but with a long sleeve shirt. He was with her and lost his mind. When staff came again to talk to me, I said I had been working out like this here for years. I've also seen women wear a hell of a lot less, so I would not be changing anytime soon, which they just shrugged at. So am I wrong? That's actually hilarious. So like, how is this his problem? You know, just because people have a problem with you doesn't make it your problem. That's their problem. Seriously, just like the husband, he had a problem with it because his wife liked it and he got jealous. And if you're jealous of a stranger wearing short shorts, then you wear them to impress your wife. Like, come on now, don't be so insecure. And don't try to put someone down just because you're insecure about yourself, okay? Like, you just gotta admit that he is beautiful and he has nice legs. Why don't you just try to be better then? I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of guys like would love to wear these shorts, but then they don't because they just get judged. And it's pretty sad. Sad society. I was engaged 4 years ago to my high school sweetheart. My fiance cheated on me with my sister. We had never had a good relationship even as kids, so after I found out, I went scorched earth both of them. She was so in love with my fiance, but he dumped her within 2 weeks and was back trying to get me to forgive him. I didn't. My parents were initially on my side, but my sister had a nervous breakdown after she was dumped and was hospitalized, so they changed their tune to "it's over now and you can't be mad forever." So I dumped them too and went to grad school on the other side of the country. Dang, good. How do you fall for your sibling's fiance and then decide to actively make the decision to be together with him? Like, I guess when you feel something for someone, you can't help it, right? But you can still stop yourself from doing stupid things. Anyways, I'm glad she dumped the whole family because it's toxic. My grandfather was livid with the whole thing, disowned my sister and chewed out my parents. Sometimes it felt like he was the only one who was on my side and understood. I was able to get my job to let me work remotely and moved back to take care of him when he got sick last fall, and I was devastated when he passed a couple of months ago. I had been in limited contact with my parents since I came back, mostly because I didn't want to be an obstacle to my dad seeing my grandfather, but with the understanding that any discussion of my sister or what happened would end that. It turns out that my grandfather left me virtually everything. He left enough for my father to cover a debt and some token stuff for a couple of other relatives, but he wrote letters for everyone and did a videotape with his attorney explaining what his intentions were. I knew that he had done well for himself, but he lived a pretty simple life, so I didn't realize how much money and assets he really had. I would give it all up to have him back, but even after taxes, it is set for life money. My parents are pretty mad about it. One of the reasons stated for cutting them out was how disappointed my grandfather was with how they had treated me growing up versus my sister over the fiancé problem. There were other reasons, but that's what they fixated on. This will is pretty airtight apparently, so my parents want me to do the right thing and share it equally between me, them, and my sister. Their argument is that I don't need it. I make more than both of them combined, and this would allow them to retire. My sister is not doing great and can't hold a job, so this would ensure she has something for when my parents pass. I don't want to. My grandfather's wishes were crystal clear, and I also kind of don't feel like doing more than the minimum for any of them. They have been telling me that I'm being vindictive because of a mistake years ago. I can't deny that. I don't want them to suffer necessarily, but I also don't feel like they deserve my help. I mean, hey, if the grandfather only wanted to give it to them, then they should keep it. Because that is the grandpa's will. If he wanted her to share it with her parents, he would have gifted the money separately on the bill. But he didn't. So he wants her to keep it all. Good, keep it all. Seriously, even after everything, it still feels like the parents are just nasty. You know? Like, if they were good people, they would respect the grandpa's will, but they don't. They're like, oh, no. So yeah, they greedy people, don't give it to them. Because seriously, if you are betrayed by someone so close to you, you don't even want to see their face, you don't even want to hear their name, you don't want anything to do with them. So I get why she feels like that. Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are, and as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!